Hey there, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments. So, had very strong visions today, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on what they were. One portion was basically involving a group of people that I used to associate with, and them having a larger function where I felt uncomfortable with being at, although I was welcomed with open arms. I felt like there was an elephant in the room and it just something was not being addressed fully and completely. So although I had stumbled upon the event, I also found my way to stumble out of it. And then I was met by someone who looked upon me with great disgust. They were holding on to false narratives that they had created in their mind to give them essentially what I hear is like the upper hand in the situation as it relates to telling other people and getting other people on their side. Now, this only works because I don't care enough to kind of fight for my case, right? You either believe the situation or you don't. That's how I take my stance on it. But anyway, the visions weren't about those actual moments. They were about the overarching of it. Because what I received from it is that these people were in the exact same situations and circumstance from which I left them, right? From which I withdrew myself. Now, of course, this isn't like a superiority thing, right? This isn't any of those types of things, but sometimes spirit will force us to look at people that we used to associate with and circumstances from which we had to exit just so that we can actually acknowledge our growth and the difference from, well, where we are from where we could have been, right? Because the thing of it is that it felt very much so that other people were existing within their hell loop that were on the same playing fields from which I left, right? And again, this isn't about who's better than one another. And so if that's what you pick up from this, that is not what I'm putting down, right? This isn't about ego. This is about self-acknowledgement. This is about giving ourselves the acknowledgement of how much work we've actually put into our healing. The fact that we no longer feel any type of disdain, or we don't have to feel resentment or anger or rage towards the people that feel that way towards us, whether they choose to acknowledge it or not. It's about the ascension process. It's about growth. It's about maturity. It's about all of these things. And those are the places and spaces from which we originated, and now we've grown into being. So the bottom line to this bottom line is acknowledge the growth. Acknowledge how far you've come. Because whether it be an inch or a mile, you've put in the work